My name is Lowell Perry. I'm the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Middle Tennessee, and I just want to officially welcome everyone here and thank you for coming. Allow me to first acknowledge the people who make our agency the dynamic organization it is today. The Bigs, the Littles and their families, our staff, board, and other volunteers, and of course those of you who have supported us through the years, who have been with us faithfully, investing your time, talent, and treasure. You hear us talk about making matches, but that's not really our business. Our business is the relationship-building business. We facilitate and professionally nurture relationships that are changing our world for the better, one child at a time. You know, a number of you have been engaged in this event since it started several years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago when I first started. We had about 400 people. Well, this year, I've been told that that number is in excess of 1,000. So thanks to you. For some of you, this might be your first experience with us, and we welcome you and appreciate it. Now, my role this morning is to not get up here and tell you any fascinating stories or anything like that. You're going to hear plenty of those, some real-life situations, but really to frame the importance of what your investment in our organization means and the return on that investment, and to move our conversation away from what I like to call the old archaic paradigm of charitable donation, if you will, to one of greater wisdom of engaging in a culture of social investment. And that's exactly what you're doing, and that helps to position Big Brothers Big Sisters as an integral part of all of the efforts around education reform, public safety, and helping our children choose healthier lifestyles. Now, you should already know that Big Brothers Big Sisters of America is the oldest, most effective, evidence-based, one-to-one mentoring organization in existence. You know that. You should probably have heard that our agency is one of the fastest growing and highest performing Big Brothers Big Sisters agencies in the country, and we've been showcased continually as a model of excellence nationwide, not only in our own Big Brothers Big Sisters network, but in the entire social profit sector as a whole. Big Brothers Big Sisters of America actually has adopted our philosophy of investment, and not so much talking about what we do, but really focusing on what we achieve and what that means to all of you in this room. Now, you've heard that the kids in our program are less likely to skip school, they get better grades, are more likely to graduate, and are more likely to avoid risky behavior such as drugs, gangs, and other unhealthy pursuits that their peers who are not participants in our program. And these are examples of the types of short-term outcomes that we directly influence. But let's talk about what that means. In other words, the impact. For instance, a recent National Harris Interactive Research study verified that the long-term impact of kids coming through our program showed that our alumni were 75% more likely to have a 4-year college degree and 39% more likely to have a household income of $75,000 or more. Very much worth investing in, wouldn't you say? Now, wouldn't it be wonderful if more of the children and youth who reside in our area and are facing varying levels of adversity had the same opportunity to be better prepared to pursue the American dream as those interviewed in that Harris study? You bet it would. And that's really what we're all about as an organization. But here's our major challenge, and no, I'm not talking about the economy. The economy is what it is, but the need for our service only increases on a yearly basis, as evidenced by the over 350 kids we have on the waiting list today. And nearly 230 of them are young boys. And I'm speaking to the men in this room. You know, we particularly need you engaged because our boys have to see men to learn how to be men, and especially the right kinds of men. So if you haven't done this, if you haven't been a Big Brother before, I encourage you to check it out. I think it'll be one of the most rewarding things you've ever done in your life. And these kids don't want to hear excuses about why they can't have a big brother or a big sister. If they raise their hand, if they come to the table and says, look, I want one, I want a big brother, I want a big sister, then we need to make that happen. And I'm so proud of my staff because the way that we do business and the way that we go about this whole exercise is kind of like Vince Vaughn said in The Wedding Crashers. Rule number 76, no excuses, play like a champion. And that's what we do, baby.